Hello, everybody. Welcome to the CoobieTV Sports. We are here with the Mount Vernon Power Show. We had 3-day Mount Vernon Power. This is a semi pro basketball team in Mount Vernon. And we got a couple of guys here, a couple of the team, some of the players today. Why don't you introduce yourself? Start at the top, Charles. Go ahead.
I'm Charles Thomas. This is my first year with the organization. I have some professional experience in Europe. Unfortunately, I dislocated my hip, so that brought me back home. I've been connected with Vaughn for a couple years. Well, actually, since 2015. I was really excited about what he was doing with Mount Vernon, and I was excited to be a part of it.
Omar.
All right, what's going on, guys? I'm Omar Kellmen. This is actually my second year with the Power. Unfortunately, last year, due to COVID, our season got cut short. Similar to Charles, a bunch of overseas playing experience. Most of my experiences in Latin America. Uh, Known Vaughn for years. I don't even know how many years, but got me my first couple overseas looks, pro looks. So, once he started the Power and I actually moved to Mount Vernon, it was a no-brainer joining the team.
Good, nice, nice. So, is this for you, Charles? Is this a? I don't want to call it rehab, but is this to get your swag back to go back overseas?
Um, that's a tough question. Personally, I haven't even been cleared for a year yet. I had to go through a year of rehab. I opted out of surgery, so I've had some offers to go back. They just weren't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Now that I have a family, because in the time I came home February of 2019. So in between that time, I got married, had a daughter. So it's just a little different now, depending on the money situation of what I'm getting offered and the country. The biggest thing is like if I go to this, I get an offer from out in Mexico. Like I gotta make sure it's somewhere where it's safe. Not everywhere is gonna be like a Tijuana or Mexico City where things are sort of big. I experienced a little bit of that when I was in Serbia. I was right outside of Belgrade, so I was blessed. But we'd have away games in certain places that we're in the middle of nowhere. A little bit of Bosnia. We were Muslims. I was in a Muslim extremist area, so like it wasn't super safe. For Americans, depending on how we conducted ourselves. So, the stakes are just a little bit different. So it just has to make sense.
Omar, how about you?
For me, honestly, whatever the opportunity comes of it. I really just have a love for the game. I think more so it's me still proving myself that I could definitely still play at a high level. Similar to Charles, I recently got engaged. I got a pandemic baby. My son was born last year, so right now, it's making sure that the family's good and the dollars got to make sense.
Right, right, right. So, give me a little recap on your first game of the season. Anybody take it first?
Um, Omar, you want to start, or you want me to start?
Yeah, I can start. All right, so before we get into the first game, I definitely want to talk about training camp, man. Because you got to give the build up to how the game went. Training camp, a bunch of guys didn't know each other from a hole in the wall. I could definitely say that Coach G, from day one laid out the expectations and the goals and what we were going to do as a team, and it was just about everybody buying into the system. And literally from the first training camp, man, first day of training camp, guys going hard, everybody going at each other. And I think that kind of built the camaraderie about it because training camp was super competitive. And you could see that guys were hungry and going after it. We used to have, like internal jokes about, guys not losing in scrimmages during training camps that I definitely built, that competitive fire and it kept everybody on edge.
Okay, sounds good. Charles?
Um, I want to piggyback off of Omar said. Training camp was great. We started off with a bunch of guys who, when you start an organization like this, especially at a semi-pro level, a lot of guys don't know their role, don't know how to fit in. And I feel like the transition from training camp to that first scrimmage, which was bad, to our first game against Montrose, you just saw the buildup, the buildup of how well we started learning our roles, knowing where guys fit in, knowing how to improve. And I feel like Montrose was a good testament to us as a team, because although we won by 10, we controlled it from tip to the end of the game. Like, there's points we're up by 20. We could have pushed the lead to 30, we didn't, but we never really lost control of the game. So that, to me, that's a big sign of what's to come for the rest of the season, being able to set the tone like that.
Right. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to the head coach last night, Grant, and the assistant coach, Ra, and they were talking about how how you guys came together. So, like, it's amazing how they gelled. Y'all start to gel together within a short amount of time, and y'all are really doing like some big things right now. And they went out and did some scouting, and they were saying, like, if when y'all beat this team here, y'all gonna be like 3-0, because the next team y'all play, y'all supposed to spank them by 50, which the Bronx is a Bronx team.
Yeah.
So
I could definitely say, man, like I said, Coach G is the type of person that, he wears his heart on his sleeve. So, he's definitely an old school guy. So it's kind of like, he has his expectations about what we're supposed to do. And in terms of us gelling, I think everybody was accepting of their roles. The scrimmages definitely was a good time for people to highlight, their skill sets. And then, with the coaches mixing and matching guys, it definitely helped us to find the rotation, get comfortable with people being in certain spots, certain situations. Like right now, we know Charles is probably one of the best shooters in the nation. So, we got to get that man the ball anytime behind that arc, let it fly. We just have so many people that can do so many different things and so many versatile pieces. It's really just about who's hot at the moment and what's working. We just gonna keep going until they either stop it or, well, can't nobody really stop us, but we just keep going.
Charles, what you think?
No, Omar, that's love. I appreciate you for that. But no, I think it's a testament to two things. I think Coach D did a great job of giving us some sets for some organization, and I think that speaks to the players. I feel like between Omar, between Jay, Shane came to the last game, and 1 through 15 of the active guys, and even the guys that showed up who didn't play, it's just about basketball IQ. When you have enough IQ, we can sort of finesse through the game. There's going to be like tweaks that we have to make, and I feel like that us gelling is really the sets that Coach G gave us. That gave us some organization in the game, and it's a big, to me, I feel like it's a big shout out to the IQ of the guys on the team 1 through 15. Being able to know like when they shouldn't shoot or when they should, or a bad shot for you isn't a bad shot for him. I think those are the big things that we really showed that we know in the first game, which is still mad early in the season for guys to be showing that type of basketball IQ at this level.
Definitely.
Right. Well, I mean, from what I heard from the scrimmage, y'all, y'all got toe up. I heard y'all lost by like damn near 50. So you better come back and win.
I ain't gonna lie, 50's a lot.
Nah,
Look,
50 is crazy.
You getting clapped. First of all, it was like a
50 is
10-point
crazy.
game. Second of all,
It was definitely a 10-point game.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Charles, I got to stop you, right? It definitely was a 10-point game. So whoever told you 50 is out of pocket. But I would say this, right? I think because our chemistry was so good through training camp, one of the things that messed us up in scrimmage is that guys were overpassing, or we were kind of playing like we didn't want to make mistakes. Basketball's a game of runs. Things happen, and I think what we learned in that scrimmage, we took that and said never again, and we translated over to our first game. There's a lot of times that we get into adverse situations and coach just lets us rock. And we got to kind of figure it out on the fly. We bring it back to the huddle and the timeout. We just talk about it. Nobody's pointing the blame. Nobody's pointing the finger. It's never I or him. It's always we. because at the end of the day, the front of our jerseys is all the same, and nobody got their name on the back of the jerseys. It's all say Power. So I think that's the
Right.
biggest thing is that nobody's blaming anybody for any mistakes. We don't never get too high, we don't get too low. We just keep pushing next possession.
Right. Right. So you got Milwaukee. I forget the name. That's the team y'all playing next. Have you ever? Did
Yeah, I
y'all?
think it's Elkhart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elkhart.
Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah.
Did you guys see any film on them, or you just going off of what Coach said that y'all gonna do?
Man, look, here's a shout out for the team. Y'all better be watching film.
That's a
Shoot,
fact.
y'all better be watching film. It's out there,
That's a fact.
especially if you
It's
trying to
out
play the
there.
next level, boy. You
Okay.
better be watching film.
No,
But
but I can
no,
say,
I
yeah,
mean, I know. No, go ahead, Omar.
I said, no, the coaches, they do a good job, identifying, giving us scout reports. They constantly finding clips on certain guys, so we're big on, and, we got a group chat. So we constantly in the group chat talking about what's going on. Somebody is always giving a breakdown of what they saw. And then, when you have so many eyes watching the film, you get so many different perspectives and so many different things. You might have missed something, but Charles might pick it up, or Jay might pick it up, or Leak might pick it up. And, it's kind of just like whoever sees something, we put it in the chat, and then we all go back and watch for that one thing. And I think that's something that's going to help us, later on in the season.
Right.
Yeah, and especially at this, I mean, because I have a weird experience with like the semi-pro. I played a little bit before my initial stint overseas when I graduated college. So I played maybe for I think I played for that year, that season, then I went over, and that was my second stint like playing semi-professionally. The one thing I've noticed is there's a big drop off on a lot of teams, which is dope for us because we really don't have that. We have guys who can really play, but on a lot of teams, you got like 2 or 3 guys who can go, and then the rest of the roster is just low key like players who have some sort of IQ that played somewhere, like was a piece somewhere, and knowing that, understanding like certain guys' tendencies, like by watching film, I think it puts us at an advantage because realistically, we have, we have 4 guys that can really put the ball in the bucket, like really like can go and score. And then we have, and this is a testament to Farm too. Pharmacist came in, that made a great impact, in my opinion, from just being positive on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he got in the game, did his thing, but like even on the bench, being a leader, like in that aspect was dope. You know what I'm saying? To see him, interact with us and sort of be a leader on the bench too was fire to me. And then, you got guys coming in off the bench, like doing their roles, playing what they're supposed to do, which made a big difference. So I feel like with us, we're deep, and that's a lot of teams aren't like that.
Right. Right. So going forward, you got how many total games y'all gonna have this season?
Shit. I know our
10
schedule
game
goes
season,
into.
or is it, or
To be honest, I don't even know, man. We got to look back
Yeah, I
at the
don't know
schedule.
either. You
But
gotta
it's
look at the
definitely
schedule and add how
Okay.
many
double-digit
games to the
games.
championship. Yeah, so you just gotta add how many games it is to win the championships. You just gotta add. You gotta factor in playoffs in that. You feel me? Because we
Okay.
going there.
Also, but there is playoffs, right?
Yeah. I think the championship. They said. I think I heard this correctly. I think it's in Nashville. I think the championship is in
No. They
Nashville. Some
moved it.
sort of
They moved
playoffs is in
it.
Nashville.
No, the regional joints is in Nashville, but they moved the chip game to Charlotte.
Ooh,
They moved it
nice.
to Charlotte, so we're gonna play with a Hornets player.
Oh, that's
Okay.
dope.
Okay.
So they're making they're making a whole weekend out of it. I think it's like a 3-day weekend. You get out there Friday. I think you play Saturday, and then I think they got I think it's the Hornets versus the Wizards that weekend, that Sunday. So they're making like a whole big weekend out of it. But you know what I mean? It's that's definitely the goal, is to get there. But the one thing I love about our team is that we're realistic about things, and we take things possession by possession, quarter by quarter. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think everybody, we got to do our job as a team in that moment. Like Coach said, we should be 3-0 going forward. and that's definitely the goal. Like we're gonna make sure that happens, but we're not the type of teams that look past anybody. You know, we respect our opponents, but at the end of the day, they definitely gonna get our best shot. And you know, we ain't no team that's a cakewalk.
Right, right. So, what's the toughest thing about playing at on the semi-pro level? Well, first of all, before I even do that, Charles, tell everybody what school you graduated from and where you originally from. Let's take a little step back.
That's a story. Well, I graduated from TU, which is a small school. I had 3 surgeries in college, so I bounced around. I ended up going to basically a school for rejects. We had like 61 guys on our team from different, all over. I played for Tim Loomis. He was a coach at Penn State back in the 80s. Coached at Cal U, the University of Cal UPA, D2 school that did really, really well back in the 90s. He's my man's he has to be at least 80 something by now. He's old. He's been around. But I went to a school with a bunch of guys similar to me, got injured, you know, some sort of academic situation, whatever. I'm originally from the Pittsburgh area, a little bit north of Pittsburgh. So I'm out from PA. I'm not from Jersey, not from New York. I moved here in 2015, but graduated from TU. I actually played for the Bronx Holy Flames, which is funny. That's when Vaughn was still associated with them. And then I played for them for a year, and then went and did my thing over in Europe.
Okay, Omar.
All right, so I went to Hollows right there on 164th in Walton. Ended up going to Cal Fullerton. Hated it. Got out of there that summer semester. Did my 4 years at St. Thomas Aquinas. You know, one of the top Division II programs in the nation right now. You know, my freshman year was rough, but you know, going through. Shout out to Coach Anderson and those guys at their stack. You know, that was the first time. My senior year was the first time that we had made it to the playoffs in a long time, and then actually made it to the conference championship. And then from there, you know, like I said, met with Vaughn, and that's how he got me a couple of my overseas and pro looks.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, Hollows. Oh man. So you
Yeah,
played for
played for
John Cat.
yeah, I played for Coach Carey and Walsh.
That's so crazy because Carrie he was recruiting me back when I was playing ball, and I used to go to a summer camp every year. Um, what was it? It was Shamrock basketball camp.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when Gary Massey used to play for Hollows.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, those guys
Yeah,
way before my time.
that's way. Yeah, that's
That's way before my time. Yeah, I graduated in 2010, so I came out the same year as Mike Alvarado.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, a very good partner of mine. We have a radio show. Reggie Hunt went to Old Hollows.
yeah. All those men, we everywhere, man. Connected.
Yeah, no doubt. So, what's next after this game on Saturday? Or give me the prediction about Saturday's game.
Man, I'll go first. I'm not going to give you a score, but I'm never going to go in somewhere saying I'm going to lose. So
Right.
we going to
Yeah,
get the dub. You know, we going to go in and get the dub. But it's definitely going to be a fight. I can't see someone coming from Indiana, Indiana just coming to chill, you know. So I feel like we it's definitely going to be a fight regardless of the talent level that they bring in. I'm sure I know they got a couple guys that can go. So I think it's going to be. I think in all reality, I think it's going to be a fight. But that trip's long. You know, they're going to be on that team bus or driving for a minute. So I think that fatigue is definitely going to kick in.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope they come the day before because whoa, they come that day like they treating it like they in college. They're gonna get clapped.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Telling you.
That's a fact. Like Charles said, man, we not, this is our first home game of the season. You know, we plan on having that gym packed, having it rocking. You know, they ain't gonna really have too much fan love unless they, brought their wives or whoever with them. But we're gonna have everybody in the spot. You know, we're gonna just have a good time. We definitely walking out of there 2-0. Like we're not letting nobody come in our house and eat. It's not happening.
Right, right. Yeah, I hear that because you can't let the town of Mount Vernon down, man.
Nah, not
You
at
know,
all,
Mount
man.
Vernon got a new mayor, lady mayor. They got a semi-pro team. You know, listen, the kids, the projects is down the block. All the kids from the project should be in the gym, getting free, free candy and stuff and autographs from you guys. You know, I hope your owner is listening because he better have every floor in them projects better have a flyer saying that Mount Vernon Power is playing Saturday. That's what I know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now I
No,
could
that'd be
definitely say
yeah.
Vaughn. Yeah, and I could definitely say Vaughn and coaches they definitely do a good job making sure they reach out to community. With COVID things they started off a little bit slow, but we getting a little bit more of a reception. Gaining a little bit more traction with the community. It's Mount Vernon. We take the same colors as the high school team. Everybody knows what that maroon and gold stands for. So if
Right.
we're gonna embrace it, we're gonna make sure we keep carrying on that legacy that a good basketball at Mount Vernon is produced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I
doubt.
mean, it definitely gonna help. We got a street ball legend on our team too. I ain't gonna front. The
That's a fact.
fanfare that's definitely gonna help out too. But no,
That's
That's
right.
Vaughn,
a
yeah,
Street
shout out to
ball
Vaughn.
and one. Yeah.
Man, I grew
fuck
up
my
on. I
phone
ain't gonna
up.
lie, I grew up on the N1 mixtape tour, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Man, all them guys, man, that was fire. So I mean, having him associated with the program is, man, that's definitely gonna bring in heads. But Vaughn does a great job of community outreach too. He's really in touch with the community, so he definitely does his thing with that. I can definitely attest to it.
That's good.
yeah.
That's good. Man, guys, I want to wish y'all luck on Saturday. Too bad I work on weekends, so this is why I gave Vaughn the platform for the Mount Vernon Power to do a 3-day, lead up to Saturday's event. So, I want to wish you guys good luck. I know y'all gonna come out with the dub because some of the guys I know on the team, and you two guys, just hearing your history, y'all ain't trying to lose. So
No, not at
Nah,
all.
most definitely not.
That's good.
Most definitely not.
Yeah.
you want to tell anybody anything where they can follow y'all or
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna shout out my IG. I always need more IG followers, bro. Go follow at Charlie Avelli. You know what I'm saying? To play on Machiavelli. If you don't know, now you know. You feel me? CHAR. Now I gotta think about how to spell this. At Charlie Avelli, man. Just Google it. You feel me? Just look it up.
Yeah, you don't know your tag, man. Nah. Nah, you guys can follow me on all my socials, man. O is Kels, OISKELZ. Yeah, that's it, man. We definitely can use the follows. So make sure y'all follow the Power page, man.
Yeah,
MV
follow
Power
the power
page with
page.
two.
Definitely follow the power
Yeah,
page.
it's with two R's. Once you type in Mount Vernon Power, it's gonna pop up. Follow us on everything. You know what I mean? Comment on the highlights. If you get some clips of us, definitely make sure y'all post them. And just pop out to the game. Show love. Bring everybody. Bring the kids, your grandmother, your niece, neighbor, the Chinese food delivery man. Bring everybody.
Yes, sir.
that's right, that's right. Everybody need to go out to that Mount Vernon Power semi-pro basketball game. Support your hometown pro team. I'm happy to say that. Mount Vernon got a pro team. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to
Yeah.
say that.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Also, everybody that's logged in, go to CoobieTV Sportz underneath the CoobieTV network. You also will have what the Knicks do after every game. They have like a recap of the game. Mount Vernon Power has their own show with Coach Grant and Coach Ra after game recap. So I don't know if y'all knew that, but I just gave them that platform last night. So
All right.
he's gonna have a recap on every game that y'all have. We're gonna do a recap that night, no matter win or lose. He's on that CoobieTV sports show. And like I said, man, thanks for coming on the show. Good luck Saturday, and bring that W home, man.
Nah, I
Definitely
appreciate you for
appreciate
having
you
us, man. It
having.
was love.
You
Definitely,
got it.
definitely.
All right, brothers. Peace.
All
All
right.
right, now.
Peace.